because of the fact that the part of man the man that was gotten from the dust cannot be eternal. But that part of man, the man that was gotten from the nostrils of God, that was introduced to the man that was formed from the dust, that part of that man is eternal. That aspect of man is eternal. I use independent identity in both cases. Why? Because when at the point of death, when this body goes, this man that was formed from the ground goes, the man that came forth from God through the nostrils of God and was implanted in the man that was formed from the ground, that man will exist. You've heard near death testimonies. You will see people coming out of when they came out of their body, they will be a complete person, but they will be seeing their body lying lifeless. This is the analysis which I'm trying to establish. So the man that came forth from the nostrils of God was the man that was created in Genesis 1. And the man that was formed in the ground, God placed this man that was created, which is from the nostrils of God, which could be described as God breathed into man the breath of life. That is the best description, the scriptural description that is given to this man, the breath of life. And this man became a living soul. Now, at the point of demise, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7, has it that at the point of death, that this dust, which Genesis 3 verse 19 says, "Dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return," this dust shall go back to the ground as it was. But the Bible recorded that breath of life that was introduced to man in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, the Bible says, but it is referred to as the spirit, because in James chapter 2 verse 26 says, as the body without the spirit is dead. So that breath that makes man alive is referred to as the spirit. It says that the spirit shall return back to God who gave it. Of course, that testimony is true, because you saw in Genesis 2 verse 7 that God gave man that spirit, and the spirit shall return back to God who gave it. And that is the more reason why we need to appreciate the fact that heaven, or rather the afterlife, is real. And for the fact that the afterlife is real, God has placed a sense of accountability and a reward of responsibility, a sense of accountability and a reward of responsibility of the afterlife. And that is why the issue of heaven and earth is involved. You know, the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13 and 14 says, "Hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandment, for that is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring into judgment every works of man, including every secret thing, whether they be good or whether they be evil." Hebrews chapter 9 verse 27 says, "It is appointed unto man to die once, and after death the judgment."